So, all right, folks. I'm gonna let a lot of y'all log on so we can get up to speed, build our numbers up. I have been traveling. I was gone all the time during the morning show cruise for a week. Was in LA for George Lopez golf tournament, and so I have not hung out with you guys live for a bit. I am here in Sacramento right now. I'm going to give a speech. Matter of fact, they're picking me up in about an hour, and so gotta go give a speech here. And before I left for the cruise, MSNBC had reached out to me, wanted me to come on, talk about Kanye West and his comments about Trump, but I was booked and was unable to do so. So let me just go ahead and cut to the chase and break this thing down for you. Um, I have been in media for a long time. Went to communications high school. That's what I focused on in high school. Majored in journalism in college. So when you hear me say game, recognize game, I know what goes on here. And so you have to understand, y'all have heard me talk about this for so long, which is why News One Now is so important. You've heard me talk about narrative. You heard me talk about who sets the narrative and all of those things. So here's the deal. Black Republicans are treated with this weird fascination, but they're not weird. I know lots of black Republicans. People were shocked when I would have Eugene Craig, Elroy Saylor, Angela Saylor, J.C. Watts, Kim Klatchik, Brandon Cooper, Gianno Caldwell. I mean, I can go down the line. The other black conservatives we had on News One Now. There's nothing new. But what you have though is, especially conservative media loves. They love this whole deal of the black conservative who is there to trash black people, who's there to condemn black people. So that's why Larry Elder, Jesse Lee Peterson. Now you had Crystal Wright, GOP black chick on Twitter. Then of course that's why you got now Candace Owens. Oh my God, all the rage. So the quickest way if you want to make money, trash black people. It's not hard. It's an old game, and we've seen the game. We've seen the game. So media is like, oh my God, Kanye West. Now, I've met Kanye West one time. He was signing albums, I think at a cell phone store in Arlington, Texas, some years ago. That's it. Kanye West really is not important when you begin to talk about politics. It's not. I haven't. I don't know exactly. Haven't heard Kanye West weighing in on politics, social issues, things like that. So to me, he's not Common. He's not John Legend. He's not any of those guys. He's just not. But you have to understand how the game is played. All of a sudden, it's like, oh my God, you hear what Kanye West had to say? Yeah, but no bearing. T.I., he's been out there. Jay-Z, they've been out there. I mean, I can go down the line of hip hop artists who actually have something to say about public policy. But what you have to understand is how the game is being played. See, mainstream media loves black pathology. Because black pathology is in terms of just how black folks have been viewed. Oh, bring up black people. People go, Chicago. They don't have fathers. So that's it. That's the answer to Chicago. Okay. You have to understand what's at play here and the games being played. See, there's certain black people media folks don't want on the air who can cut through that nonsense. Many of you read my tweets where I dissected Jason Whitlock's column in the Wall Street Journal. Don't lose sight of this. He works at Fox Sports. They put his column in the Wall Street Journal. He gets booked on Tucker Carlson. So now Jason Whitlock becomes the Black Whisperer. But if you read his column, his facts were wrong. He was ostensibly, he's writing about Kanye West. And he was talking about liberalism and how it's like nicotine to black people, and black people have been running after the Democrats because they came waving government assistance. It's a lie. It's a lie. And it's a lie. Anybody who so Kanye West tweets, black people, are not all Democrats. Duh. We know that. How we know it? Because there are those of us who know how to read. There are those of us who know how to pick a book up. So we know that. So, Kanye, what's your point? See, Whitlock is wrong because black people did not flip to Democratic Party because of government handouts. It's because of civil rights. Well, civil rights. That's why. Nixon was not proactively endorsing civil rights in 1960. Don't believe me? Read the black man who he met with. Who was arguably the most prominent black Republican of his day. Do you know what his name was? Jackie Robinson. Read his book, I Never Had It Made. Jackie Robinson wrote his own book. He detailed how he think Nixon screwed up when it came to the black vote. Goldwater runs in 64. He opposes the 1964 Civil Rights Act. Guess what? Done deal. Done deal. Voting Rights Act is passed. Fair Housing Act is passed in 1968. Nixon runs a Southern strategy. It's been about race ever since. That's it. Not government checks. But see, here's the other deal. Narrative. So you get somebody black like Whitlock, who writes in the Wall Street Journal, oh, it's those government checks. That's why black people have flocked to the Democratic Party. Did you know that more than 50% of South Carolina's budget comes from the federal government? Matter of fact, I'm gonna check this right here. Which states get the biggest amount of federal money? See, when the Candace Owens and the Whitlocks and all those little people. Start with a narrative. Oh, blacks are getting those handouts. Really? Well, I'm looking at right here 2018's most and least federally dependent states. That's what I'm looking at. And guess what? A lot of red states. There's a lot of red states. In fact, I'm looking at this piece by John Kiernan, senior writer and editor for Wallet Hub, March 20, 2018. And they break down different reasons. Most federally dependent states. Rank 1 equals most dependent. New Mexico, Kentucky is 2, red. Mississippi is 3rd, red. Alabama is 4th, red. West Virginia 5, red. South Carolina 6, red. Arizona 7, red. Alaska 8, red. Montana is 9, red. Louisiana is 10, red. Indiana is 11, red. You don't get to a blue state until you get to Oregon. Congressman Jim Clyburn of South Carolina. He has what is called the Clyburn Amendment, where he wants where any bill that Congress passes, 10% of all federal funds will go to the counties in America where 20% or more of the people have lived below the poverty line for at least 30 years. That's the criteria. Did you know that 2/3 of those counties are in Republican congressional districts? That means that the poorest people are living in Republican districts, which means that more than likely they're white, which means that they're receiving government assistance. So I need you to understand narrative. I need you to understand that the narrative is those black people, oh, they want those government checks. They're lazy. That's the narrative. But what are subsidies? Isn't that federal benefits? Isn't that welfare? Isn't research, R&D money, research and development for corporations? Isn't that welfare? Colin Powell said so at one of the Republican National Conventions and got booed. See, you have to understand. And see, here's the other thing that the Whitlocks of the world clearly don't know. Black people, you're so dependent upon government. Well, you do realize that for African Americans, we were not hired in corporate America. So therefore, of the jobs out there where there are 6-figure jobs, that are high 5-figure jobs, in government, African Americans hold a lot of those positions. Why? Because we were frozen out of the workforce, corporate America, due to slavery and Jim Crow. So when you hear Republicans say, reduce government, lay off people, disproportionately lay off African Americans. See, this is called context. Fox News doesn't want you to understand the context. In fact, no, they don't want their people to understand the context. Because their people then will have knowledge. That's what's going on here. And so as a result, you have folks who keep spreading this, they just want the benefits. They got their hands out. In fact, Candace Owens made that comment on Fox News. I've challenged her to show me the evidence. She yet to do so. Do you know why? Because it's by design. See, it gets somebody black who would trash black people. Oh, they love that. They love it. Because that's cover. Oh, no, we didn't say that. She did. We didn't say that. He did. We're just quoting them. But they can't present factual evidence. Please show me the benefit that only black people got. I'll wait. They can't. They can't. See, I need you to understand what's going on here. See, the fixation with plantation language. Oh, black people have always thought differently. Always. But see, here's what they don't want you to do. They don't want you to know that African Americans really are sophisticated voters. Oh, y'all all vote the same way. Black people have consciously thought of this. It's because the Republican Party, since Barry Goldwater, has not been fans of civil rights. In the song Glory, Common said, freedom is like a religion to us. See, there's some things that are non-starters with black people. Opposition to civil rights, non-starter. Suppressing the vote, non-starter. You can't come to black people and think they're going to vote for you if you are trying to keep them from voting. It's a non-starter. That's the difference. That's what they won't admit to. They don't want to talk about housing discrimination. They don't want to talk about discrimination in sentencing and death penalty cases. They don't want to talk about those things because then their true motives are being exposed. Now look, I've long said Republicans should compete for the black vote. I've long said Republicans should not be afraid to do black media. But let me give you, see, game recognized game. So that little girl, Candace Owens, she's the director of urban engagement. What does that mean? What's urban engagement? Oh. She didn't talk to black people. No. She's talking to white people about black people. That's the urban engagement. As I told you, game recognized game. You gotta understand narrative. You gotta understand trigger words, catchphrases, the talking points. Because see, when you hear it coming, you gonna know exactly what's coming your way. I do. I can spot it a mile away. It's easy to see. But see, they want you emotional. They want you to respond angrily. And see, this was my reaction to Kanye West. This is my reaction to most people who talk crazy. See, that's the game. And what I need you to understand is don't let anybody throw you off of your game and get you sideways when it comes to your purpose. Sunday, Poor People's Campaign launches 40 days of direct action across the country. Somebody saying, I'm wrong. Some Voy Nicholas. Well, Voy, if I'm wrong, say so. See, I know I'm right because this ain't my first rodeo. See, y'all, how much time you actually think mainstream media is going to give Reverend William Barber and his Poor People's Campaign? You could compare. I want you to do a comparison. I want you to compare the number of segments done on Kanye compared to how many they're going to do on Poor People's Campaign. See, I'm not distracted by Kanye's nonsense. There's a midterm election coming up. That's what I'm focused on. I'm focused on what candidates are saying. See, I'm focused on who DAs are going to be. I'm focused on those state senators, those state reps. See, that's what I'm focused on because you see, I don't care what album Kanye is coming out with because I'm not going to buy it. You can listen to that sucker with Papa John's Pizza. Two things I won't get. I don't care what Kanye goes and do. But I need you to understand is that promoting a pathology among African Americans is old as day. It's old. See, the candidates own, black people, you're big victims. You can't survive 398 and a half years of what black people have had to endure in America and be a victim. You can't. You can't look at land that was stolen from African Americans and look at how we were frozen out of capital, how we were frozen out of everything in this country and not be a victor because we still standing. You got black folks falling asleep at universities and white America is calling the cops on them. Really? The Starbucks, Waffle House. It's all happening in 2018. See, no, brothers and sisters, I'm about preparing ourselves with this. This is real estate that can never be sold, as Chuck D would say. 2043, majority of America will be people of color. The question is, are we going to be in position to take advantage of having that demographic power? Will it translate into economic power, into political power? See, that's the real question that folks don't want to have to confront. And so, y'all, let some rapper say some stupid stuff. You stay focused. Let some black conservative child who was a liberal 2 years ago who trashes black people, hold them accountable. But you stay focused. Let Jason Whitlock say nonsense in the Wall Street Journal and on Fox News, but he's the same one who was told Colin Kaepernick and others that they had their facts together. He needs to go do some reading too. But you stay focused. That's really what our job is. Don't get it twisted. Don't get confused. Stay focused. I am And if any one of these shows want to break this thing down, I'm ready. I'm ready. You just pick up the phone. And for the rest of y'all, just mark your calendars. September 4th, 2018. Just mark your calendars. I have more to say later. Just mark your calendars. All right, y'all. I got to go. I got to get ready for this speech. I'm going to try to live stream it for you so you guys can check it out as well. But I just wanted to share those few things with you. And so I hope you guys have a fabulous day. Peace out.